Good. So in last class we have started Spring MVC, where uh, we created one basic form and
Right.
putting down some data, and let's this is the last applications where we develop one controller. And controller we have developed two kind of URL. One is the slash greeting URL and one is
Yeah.
the slash create greeting URL, right? So
Correct.
whenever I run this application and say, hey, create greeting, so what create a greeting say? They are going to create one load create a greeting page dot html, right? Because
Yeah.
now I want whenever someone hit this URL slash greeting, our responsibility, we have to return one graphical user interface page, right? So we return the
Right.
greeting page, right? So if we start this application and then see, so this is the one URL we develop slash greeting, and another well, two post. This is the get URL and this is the post URL. So we have developed two, and this is simple one class we created a Spring Boot, and using this one class made the controller annotation. Means this class is responsible to receiving any requests that come from this URL slash greeting, right?
Right.
So
Right.
if let's server started, I think
So that annotation is not a REST controller. It's only
this is a
controller.
controller. Yes,
Mhm.
REST controller for developing REST API.
Right.
And let's here say localhost 808. If you type here you are getting internal error because we are not defining any URL. Okay, what happen if someone say 8.0 slash something, they're not putting it. If I put
Right.
something slash greeting, then this message form you we develop. Why?
Right.
Because whenever this greeting URL hit, we are calling this greeting URL call method, notice call, and here I'm saying hey, return greeting page.html. So this is the HTML page we return. And this is the page already we develop here. All the HTML page undergo resources folder and the template, right? And here the
Right.
greeting page.html. And in this page HTML, we have just build one basic form, like here message form. This is HTML syntax, HTML form, and in this form we have built one form where say ID field, message field, and message type. Same we are getting here response, right? ID,
Right. Right.
message type, and after that we have here like one button. Button is the name, input type submit. Whenever in HTML you say input type submit, it's become a
Mhm.
button. Whenever say in HTML
Right.
input type text, it become a text. Like here,
Right.
notice this is there is a text.
Right.
Uh, oh sorry, where I am.
So when I'm going to write down the text, at the time I can just like give the boundary, just like how many, how much
Uh,
character
Yes,
I would
each
like to
and
put in there.
everything you can do. Just read out the HTML basic. Yes, lots of
Uh-huh.
input. What input you can dot, what password type, what in index, integer,
Right.
float, length, mix, all the
Mhm.
things you can apply on this validation part. The till now we have not covered validation, but simple things. We this is the basic of HTML, and also say if you want to learn basic of HTML, just search Google HTML basic syntax. Okay,
Yeah,
and
I
you
I
can
know I know that part, Ajay bhai, but like, can you please go to the code? Yeah. So in that those HTML code, I can just embed it in here. Am I right?
right. This is the
Okay.
complete HTML file, not the anything. This is the .html file.
Oh, I see. Acha, acha,
We
acha,
are
acha.
running HTML file. We are not running any other thing, right?
Oh, acha, acha,
So
acha.
just what we did whenever our requests come from this Java code. This is Java controller code. Whenever any customer says
We
slash
call this library, right?
no, we can say, hey controller, this is the greeting page. Can you load? So they internally find, oh, this is the greeting page.html. I'm going to run this page,
Acha, acha.
right? So yesterday we see discuss it, and after that say ki, hey, someone put some value like any message ID, any message, and any type, okay, and submit. Whenever click submit button, then what happened? So here
Mm-hmm.
we mention whenever someone press the submit button. So by
Mm-hmm.
default, this submit button what do? I'm not mentioning
Mm-hmm.
anything, but notice this submit button defined inside this form tag. This is the form tag.
Mm-hmm.
That means you
Mm-hmm.
are submitting this form. So this form
Mm-hmm.
have defined the method post means they are going to the post URL and checking.
Mm-hmm.
This is the action create
Mm-hmm.
slash greeting. So internally, whenever
Right.
you submit button, this
Mm-hmm.
control request go to the our again controller and this
Mm-hmm.
URL post mapping URL
Mm-hmm.
create greeting is hit. And
Mm-hmm.
whatever you pass this information here, you pass like type some ID message name.
Mm-hmm.
So these informations we are using the time leaf, this one uh, 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 tool technology where you either read the dynamic value from this
Mm-hmm.
page, whatever type here
Mm-hmm.
10 message this value who will going to make one greeting object and send to the
Right.
server. So for
Right.
that we have used one third party library timelib
Mm-hmm.
doc. ठीक है ना? So
Mm-hmm.
this is the one
Right.
technology or tool we use to read value from the UI. Okay, so
Right.
lots of
Right.
have a syntax something how to read the value, write the value. This we have
Right.
to read, and lots this used by the multiple organization to build the application, right? So here
Right.
whatever you are typing here like input field ID, they are hold by theme. This is the th means a time leaf object. They say, hey, this is the field ID field, this is the field content field, this is the type. Question key, what is the ID, what is the content, what is the type, how, what the meaning? So here
Right.
say this is the object. What name
Mm-hmm.
object? Object name is greeting request object. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
So notice whenever say hey slash greeting, internally first I am creating one greeting object. This greeting object
Mm-hmm.
I have this field ID,
Mm-hmm.
content, and type. So I'm saying I am
Mm-hmm.
giving you one dummy object. This is dummy object, and this
Mm-hmm.
object how we can get from this page, greeting page. If you want to this object directly not available, but you can say hey this is the map one model where I'm going to set this greeting object as a greeting request object. This is the things we can directly access in this page. This is the
Mm-hmm.
beauty of our Spring MVC framework. They internally implemented whenever you are running this greeting HTML page, you can
Mm-hmm.
access this object. This object, what is the meaning? This is a greeting object.
Right.
Greeting object means they have a three field ID, content, type. So here in the
Mm-hmm.
greeting page, this is the my object I receive. This is my object. Here means an object name is this.
Mm-hmm.
And this have a field. What the field? ID field, content field, and type field. So whenever
Right.
I am submitting this button, so these three
Mm-hmm.
value ID,
Right.
content, types are combined and make up one object, greeting object.
Right.
They pass to this method, greeting,
Mm-hmm.
create greeting. So whenever I press submit button, they are going to the call, hey, create greeting post URL because this is a post. Here go
Mm-hmm.
and call, this is the post API and greeting create, and they pass this greeting object. So whatever you
Right.
pass, you receive this greeting object here. And after that, what I doing? Till now here we have not written any business logic to save in the database or do something. Just I have now
Mm-hmm.
just want to on the click of this button. Whenever I am someone click, I want to load the next page.
Right.
What the next page? See, okay, once you click here, I am doing some business logic, and here I'm just logging the system data printer and
Uh,
returning this page.
yeah, Ajay bhai.
Hmm.
So can we add this greeting object into array list?
Everything you can do, okay, will
Okay.
do, list also will do. Here we can return the list, here we can do anything. Here we have only one object, right? Here we
Right.
can create the list of 10 objects, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
So question is that whatever the user pass input I want in the next page this
Mm-hmm.
next
Mm-hmm.
page I create a result page. In this page I want the f- this is our first page, this is our first page, Here say my first page is the greeting page, okay, and this is my second page. This is the result page, okay.
Acha, acha.
So here I pass three value. Here I pass your ID, message, message types, and submit button, right? He passed this value, this value, this value. And whenever I
Right.
submit, I want this new page to be loaded. Here, this value I want, this value, this value, this value. Here must be display something, right? I want our objective. Question is that ki whenever you submit here, this page loaded, we are internally following a HTTP request. HTTP request is the stateless request. They not know if from where this page loaded. So this information, whatever we have passed, somehow we have to transfer to the this page. So for that we can say, okay, whenever you submit, I request go to the server. I request go to the server. So here this is our server. This server, I receive this object. Whatever you pass these three information, I receive in the greeting object. And this is my greeting object. I can say this greeting object set to the model. I am setting this is the greeting object. I just go to the next page. Go to the here result return means go to the result page. And result page, this is the result page. And in this page, how I can receive this value? This is the key. I miss the getting response object key. So whenever you use this object, that means you are getting this existing value. So here this object, I am bound to the particular map key value. And in this page, I can say, hey, this is the object. Get me the ID, get me the name, get me the. Whenever I go to the next page, this is the result page. And result page, what I'm doing? I'm seeking whatever the greeting object, get me the ID, content, name, and just I'm printing nothing. Result is nothing, right? So whenever you submit here, hey, submit, they go to the next page and print these three value. This is our result page. Result page have a result, and these three value are just printing. Whatever the previously user type. So
So,
this how
so it's
yesterday
called
we covered this.
greeting response key object. What is that thing?
This
Is
is
it a method?
no, this is the things. Now we here in this post mapping, we can set, hey, whatever greeting
Oh, okay,
object
okay.
I'm receiving,
Yeah.
I'm going to set in this key. This
Oh,
is the
it's a
key
key.
value.
Oh, it's a key PR
Yeah,
value.
this is the
Okay.
value. So what
Right.
is the value? Greeting object.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got it, got it,
Whenever
got
I
it.
say
Yeah.
use this key object, here in the greeting page, say, hey, this is the key object result. This is the key, and this have a greeting object. Means you can access the ID, content, and type. Because here, what is this? What is the value? Greeting. Greeting object. Greeting object have a three field: ID, content, types.
Right, right. Got it.
So yesterday we cover these things. And here say HTML have another option like here say uh, anchor reference, HTML reference. You want to make some hyperlink here. Notice here hyperlink. Submit another message. So here I am written in a submit another message. And what this? A means anchor tab, hyperlink means they are clickable. Notice here this word not clickable, right? Not clickable anything. Not clickable,
Right.
not clickable. But I want to here clickable means some action upon. Then we have to use this anchor tag, right? This is the anchor tag. Whenever you write anchor tags and write some message, means here you can click something. And after click, what happens? Say ki after click, go to again slash greeting. Means make again get request to slash rating. Means ki after click, we again request come on here slash greeting, right? What do you say? Greeting means you can say, hey, I am just message and returning the greeting page.html. After click here, you go to the greeting page.html again. That means you make a circular. Means ki from one page, okay, this is our one page, input page, and go to the result, our result page. And after result page, say again go to the input page. So in this way, we are testing.
So in the A herb, we use the API name.
Ha, yes.
Whatever in
A,
the get mapping. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Mhm.
Which page you want, which the request, where you want to go, you have to mention H reference, hyper tech reference. Means
Mhm.
here your display name. This is the submit another message. You can just find here. Here just submit another message. This is the display name, whatever here display name. This is the display name. And A means anchor tag means they become a HTML. This is the rule of HTML. Whenever say slash A, say they become a clickable. And after click, what happened? This is the action. Go to the href. This is the hypertext link. Go to the this URL slash greeting. Href means slash greeting. Hypertext link. Okay. The once click, that means the same thing. Whatever you're doing here manually, maybe you are typing here something. Here say hey. Here you're going to the same thing like this page. The same thing you're saying. So slash greeting page. It's clear. Any
Yeah,
confusion? Start a
yeah,
class. This is the basic of your Spring MVC. And if you clear this, you can build fully application just within these three concepts. What the concept you cover? First, let's say user. I start my application. My start application is start like any port 808. You can change the port, right? And in the is this port means HTTP port, and here you can say ki whenever someone say slash greeting URL slash greeting URL slash greeting URL, our this is the browser requests go to the your server, right? Server, and on the server side you can say I am going to load greeting page.html. Then request go to the load the output as a greeting page.response, your greeting page response. And after clicking, you again go to the server, again go to the server, and server say, hey, I am going to return this result page. So your request go to the again a new page, result page is the show. The whole application what to say, whenever your HTTP URL say slash greeting, request go to the server side, and our code, Java code do something and say, hey, load this greeting page. Output you are getting the greeting page, right? This is the output, greeting page. And once you press submit button, again request go to the server, and server say, hey, next request is the result page. Result page go to the loaded. So here interaction between UI, this is the UI, this is the backend. So no, no, this is the front end code, this is the backend code. Front end code generally written in HTML file, or backend code generally this code written in the Java code. So here this is a one short pictorial representation, and same you say, hey slash greeting. Whenever you get slash greeting from browser going to the server, and server give me this first page response, right? Whenever you are filling something, right? Filling something and submitting. Again, request go to the server, and server return a new page. That is the another page. So this is the complete communication between the your front end code to the back end code. So generally, all the backend code we retain in this resource folder, and all the Java code written in the Java folder. So generally, notice main have a two major folder. One is the Java, one is the resources. The generally all the HTML, CSS, JavaScript written inside this folder, right? And all the backend code written inside the Java folder, right? So it's clear.
yeah,
So we can move to the next. Any
yeah.
if this is the clear, means you can complete the 50% of Spring MVC web. This is the basic concept. How this value come here, right? How this is the static value, how click happen, what happened, how why this page loaded, right? If
Right,
this is clear, then that means you have and get the basic understanding of any web application.
right, right,
Wha- Good. So let's example. We are saying, hey, instead of this message form, yesterday I say, hey, can you start just say login page first? Generally, any application have a login page, right?
right,
So why not we build first our login page? First you log in, then this form comes something, right?
right.
So here someone say, hey, look like just hit my port. Here say ki, hey, 808 and run. So notice here I'm
Mhm.
getting some error. There is no page. So I'm saying here must become like a hey something login page, login username password, and then your username password success. then load this greeting message page, right?
Right.
The one use case. Generally, any application going to start in the web development first page always with your login page, credential page, right?
Right.
So let's do that. I am saying whenever I am type something and I want to return some login page, right?
Mm-hmm.
But notice here we have not developed any. Go to the controller. Here I'm not developed any URL that slash greeting. So let's I'm say कि, hey, this is the one URL. We say कि nothing, just nothing pass slash, right? And
Mm-hmm.
here say this is
Mm-hmm.
the login form.
Right.
Login form. Okay. So here say कि I am just say hey, this is login form com. Okay. So as of now, if you run this start and they slash rating, so they are invoking hey login form page required, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
have to develop one page. Whenever someone says slash, you have to return something, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm restart this application and say, hey, slash greeting, that means this login, at least this Java come code, this line print, and after that say, hey, this page is not exist because till now I've not created any HTML page for the login form page, right?
Gotcha.
Right.
If I restarted and let's test, restarted here, just I'm go those step by step so that you should aware of which thing why I'm writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a very basic things. One application we can just build and explain it. But let's step by step. Okay.
Yeah.
So application is started. I'm going to say, hey, I'm this is the application. I'm done. This is the why this is the 808 port because our application is starting 808 port, right? At this port you
Mm-hmm.
can change, right? You know,
Right.
this port you can change like 808, 818, whatever port you want, right? In the application
Right.
property file, we did in the REST controller. Okay.
Right.
Maybe I want to change. Maybe not 808. I want to 909. Why need
Right.
808 only? Because this is the default port of the web application. If you are not specifying anything, by default your Tomcat server say, hey, I am going to run ourselves on this port, 808 port. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
default port of the web application. You want to
Mm-hmm.
change it. Generally, all the web application is not always run on the 808. Maybe someone said 908. Let's say I want to change. If I run, I'll hey. So here say, hey, 808, right? And if I slash run, okay, not a greeting. I am just run slash, okay, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
still getting error. But notice the server output. That's what server says.
Right.
Go to the server logs.
Mm-hmm.
A request. Notice here request come. Here say uh, login form call. Notice here this is login form call. That
Mm-hmm.
means our server is understand slash means whenever type something here code come and after that they return the login form page. So might be here checking this page is not found. Notice error resolving template login form page might be not exist, right?
Right.
Might be not exist, might be not accessible, some problem region,
Mm-hmm.
right? They mention key whatever you are returning here, whatever you returning here, this page is not exist. Okay, so let's go and create one basic HTML. So here say let's I'm going to create hey this is the my template here I'm just going to create one more page
Mm-hmm.
and they say file dot html, just I'm create blank nothing, and
Mm-hmm.
that means this exists somehow, right? And let's and if you want to change the port number go to the application property change the server dot port. Okay, this is the one way. Let's key go to the application property say server dot port your port. Okay, you say hey no I want to run the 9090. Okay, so your
Mm-hmm.
application going to start at the 909 port not the 808 port, right? Restart. So this is the application property you can change the server port. Okay,
Okay.
and notice it's time this time server started at the time code started at the 909 port, right?
9094. That's the port number. Yeah. Tomcat started the
So
port.
yes,
Okay.
if I try to access 808 again, notice look like there is no application running. Notice no application running because 808 I'm not started any application. Our application is started at the 909, right?
Mm-hmm.
909. Okay, 909 and select. Now I read here, I am getting the blank page. Nothing.
Right. Right.
Because now notice our server is the receive
It's still
login
visible.
form.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And but in this page, in the login form page, I'm not created anything blank. I write the test message. Okay. So this
Okay.
message come. Let's restart, right? So look
Mm-hmm.
like our requests go to the controller
Right.
server, server receive and return this login form page.
Right. Now we have to do it restart manually.
This is the one button restart here.
Okay. Okay.
Whenever do any code changes, we have to restart. Okay. Now just refresh it and notice the
Ajay,
test.
Ajay, how did you restart that one? Just like restart the server, there's
This is the
something like
button.
that?
This is the restart button.
Oh, acha, 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 acha.
Maybe you have to stop again, stop here, and again press the maybe why this is the IntelliJ option. You can this is the option here. You can start
Mhm,
from here. Okay, you can start from
mhm.
here, or you can both are the same thing. You can stop server and
Mhm.
again start here, and you can change.
Right.
So it's clear कि whenever you say कि, hey my port run and after that just pass nothing, then first page
Mhm.
always wrote the login form page, right?
Right.
As of now it's clear.
Right. Yeah.
Great. So let's next steps and good option. Let's start it. We can say at least an 808 run here. You are getting this test message. Means कि our at least login page created. But create some. Now here we need a knowledge of HTML. I need to
Right.
create one form where login name, username, text button, submit button, something, right?
Right.
So already we have a cover like a greeting page. Similarly, let's we create one HTML page, right? Same like right
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
So let's copy paste and go to the our login page. And here I say, hey, this is the just change the some rule. This is the basic script. Here say something something. Here say login form. Okay,
Right.
login form method name. Let's here input types. I am go to the what input types. I am go to the username here, right?
Mhm.
User name and second would be the password. Okay,
Method is get, right?
I'll tell you
Okay.
password. Password one by one. Let's get only two field. Okay, I remove this.
Mhm.
I remove this and just let's only one button login. Okay,
Mhm.
later part I say just only one button log in. Here you can give any name. Okay, log in.
Mhm.
Okay, login. And whenever you submit login means you want to some verification. For that time this method required. First time let's do it. Just say username password two field. Okay, as of now
Mhm.
and do nothing. Okay, and
Right.
as of it's clear. And if restart, I say two fields available for this. Okay,
Mhm.
this page complete HTML syntax. Here, this is a form one syntax. Generally, always we are creating like a text box, input, submit form. Generally, we follow the form syntax. Okay, this is the form.
Mhm.
Form is the what? HTML syntax. Just Google form HTML syntax. Okay, you can figure out. Okay, form. Okay,
Okay.
form. Okay, you can find the more detail how to create a forms. Right. The you have
Mhm.
to read out. Okay, the here generally we follow whenever we are getting some input request like here first name last name john submit button something this is the form right and so
Mhm.
this is the form tags written inside the form tag you write the element right so here form tag we write the two input your input types and here what is the input type you can also read from here input type each and everything's here available for you right
Mhm.
okay so let's here we if you restart application now if I hit our slash, login page is loaded and there are something username password set must be because we change our login page code. Here two form we created, right?
Mhm.
And let's test here 808 and if I run, notice some login form created. Notice
Right.
it's clear.
Right.
Any confusion? But here
No.
username I can type why name zero because this I need something change. Here maybe I've typed something, right? Here I something, right? Notice password is a visible. Really want to password visible? No, right?
No. Yeah.
Generally, any application you are going to type the password, and password someone can not view, right? Should be
Mm-hmm.
something star star, right? The
Right.
whole two. That means what it is. This is the input type. What is the input type? This is the input type, right? So let's look what is the input type. They have a different option or not? Yes, surely. Let's go to the
Mhm.
HTML. Say, hey, I need a input detail, right? So I'm not
Right.
going to, but just for basic understanding, each and everything we have to input tag. In input tags, you have to read the detail ki what the input option can be. Like
Mm-hmm.
input here, notice here input type text, text summary. So lots
Mm-hmm.
of detail option here. Input types can be button, can be checkbox, can be color, can be date, can be email, can be file, can be hidden, can be image, can be password. Notice
Right.
the, these are the possible option. Default is the text. If you're not passing anything default text, rest is everything, right? So these are the
Mm-hmm.
possible changes you can do in input types. Input means HTML page created that take from input, from submit button. The input type submit. Why here we want to submit button here? Notice here input type submit. So here I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to text for password. I want it should be password, right? This it
Right.
should be your password, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And restart application. And you notice, hey, my form created and I'm allowing to pass some word, but not. Let's do it
Mm-hmm.
and run your application. Notice password. Password. Type something. Notice star star.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Any confusion till now?
No.
Let's. I want this form must be in the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Question. Let's think how to make the particular content in center. This is not the job of your backend developer. This is the front end
Mm-hmm.
developer. Front end developer means
Mm-hmm.
UI. UI means HTML page. So let's see how
Right.
HTML say, hey, how I can write this complete form in the center. So let's ask Google. I know. Let's, but I am just hint you how you can think, right? Because I know
Right.
ki what the guide wrote, guide the code. You can say, hey, I want my requirement. I this should be in the center, not in the left. Notice, generally three kind of this is known as alignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alignment can be left, alignment can be right, alignment can be center.
Right. Right.
Colors, I missed them 909. Okay, so let's search Google. Hey Google, I need a, uh center alignment. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
input type alignment center, align center. Just search here, right?
Yeah.
And they say center tag you can use.
Sure.
So you can use this. Now here alignment, front end, coloring, all the part of CSS.
Mm-hmm.
So generally
Right.
here now we are going to introduce the CSS concept. Notice here already
Mm-hmm.
we are using the CSS like here like a test align center. Notice test align center. And here
Mm-hmm.
Nonce mention, hey, CSS always written in the style sheet. Style means you are writing the CSS. Say ki I am
Mm-hmm.
going to test should be aligned in the center something. Right here.
Right.
So here like here's like a division text line center. So
Mm-hmm.
P1, H1, these are the some HTML tags you have to study. I'm not going to detail here to just our time purpose, but you have to read out the very basic thing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
good option. Let's key. I'm say, hey, this form, go to the one division means section. Let I'm going to one division. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
division tag. Good option. Say, hey, one division tags. Okay, okay, and I'm going to put my form in one division, right? So that I can just apply the alignment on my division, right?
Mm-hmm.
Division. Okay. So here we are doing something, but here I say, hey, division. Now, in the case of good option, you have write this complete syntax like here, this syntax inside directly here. division tag here. You can write here. Say, ki, hey,
Mhm.
style equal to this. This is the one way. And restart. Your complete form go to the center. Right? Let's check.
Right.
Right? This is the one way.
Mhm.
And just load this. Notice this is the go to the center, right?
Right.
And why? Because you say ki this is the complete form inside the division. Login form is out, right? Out, right? So this the
Right.
login form is the here top, right?
Right.
These are the common. You can write here or simply say I'm not writing here. I can just copy and I can write in the as mentioned in this document in the style tag, right?
Mhm.
Go to the before head inside the head. You write the style tag and mention this line, right? You can
Right.
write this way. So you can say, hey, I'm going to in the HTML head tag, right? This is the
Mhm.
head tag, style, head close. Inside the head, let's here I say,
Yeah.
hey, I'm going to write one style tag, okay? And here I
Mhm.
say, hey, this is the my division and this is my alignment I want. So here I can
Mhm.
say, hey, this is my div and alignment here. So now here
Mhm.
you don't need to write here code. The by default, this division apply this style sheet. Styles
Mhm.
known as a CSS. The
Mhm.
HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are very correlated to build your interactive, beautiful UI, right?
Mhm.
So let's restart and refresh. Still works. And here one more thing. I want something. One more requirement. Here I want something border, right? Should be border, right?
Mhm.
Something
Mhm.
border. So let's look how HTML supports something bordering. So here say, hey,
Mhm.
again go back and say HTML, I need a border, right?
Mhm.
Border. So here you have to just border style. HTML, let's table border.
Mhm.
So here we have a option like here border pixel something one two solid black
Mhm.
something. Just let's do this.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is go to the so here and just write this, right?
Mhm.
And again refresh. So here I'm not going to my intention is not I'm going to just read the HTML, teach the HTML and CSS. You read first basic things, uh, this is the way run. Okay, this
Mhm.
not works. Why not works? Because this input types come under the form, right? So we
Mhm.
need a form bordering, right? Or
Mhm.
division bordering. Division bordering. I want division border. Okay, I have to write inside this division, right?
Mhm.
This should be under division, right?
Correct.
Okay, because in this division I want to apply this both center as well as the border. So this division
Yeah.
I'm using and restart.
Division. Okay.
And similarly, this border have a lots of option here, solid and blank, and lots. You can explore the border different option there. Like here center, similarly different option.
Mhm.
And here you just refresh here. Notice this complete one form board, right?
Uh-huh.
That's good. In this way, we can explore and something you can do whatever you want. But this is the basic things you will do. And you want to more detail about the border, what kind of different border? You just hey HTML, I want to know detail about the border, right?
Right.
Border. Let's CSS border. Let's CSS border. What detail would be?
Mhm.
This is the different kind of border. Now here notice border have a dotted border, dash border, solid border, double border, group. Lots of option you have. And
Mhm.
this is the example they given, right?
Mhm. Right.
So you go read out details. Okay. Just for my purpose, this is the basic UI design needed, right?
Mhm.
So look like my form, my UI development is done. Very nice, decent. As of now, let's understand. Ki whenever someone hit my application, whenever hitting any request go to the
Mhm.
first server which are running a 9 man port. This is a server request come. Which URL slash you are not passing any URL. By default, this method come and this line printed, and after this page going to the loaded. This is the page I am going to load it here. It's good. Now you say, ki, hey, I am passing some username here and some password here, right? And
Right.
I want to click. Then something happen, right? So what you
Mm-hmm.
want? I want this username and password must be verified, right?
Right.
Someone check whatever you written is okay or not okay, right?
Mm.
Then you
Right.
can say login success and login failure, right? Two options.
Mm-hmm.
So let's build. Whenever someone say कि this page is loaded, okay, once this page is loaded, and after that, what action you want? You are saying whenever someone login click, I want to action something, validate credential, right? You can say
Right.
I am going to create one code, server code, Java code that validate my request, right? So
Right.
validate what? Validate login. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm going to validate login. So this I am going to create one more API that's validate my login, right?
Right.
So let's go and here say I am going to create one more here like well post mapping here say I am going to create one more. What the action would be? Slash validate login, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
This code written on the server side because server going to validate, hey, a credential valid or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's here validate login,
Mm.
validate login form. Okay,
Yeah.
and validate login form. Okay, good. So whenever someone say first things you receive something, here server side need this table username and password. These two value needed to, right? Then you can
Mm-hmm.
say the correct and incorrect. The question how these two value you can pass to the server. That means these two we have to create one Java object that contain your username and password. Two object, right? Two value needed. So in
Mm-hmm.
Java, whenever you have a more than one value, generally we have a option you can either class. Class hold the multiple value, right? Or you can
Mm-hmm.
use array, or you can use the linked list, anything. So let's say I'm going to create one class user or login, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Login. And login have a two kind of things. String, username,
This is
username.
another MVC model.
Yes, model, correct.
Okay, okay.
String, password. Okay, and because as per need, I want this two value must go to the server. The two value means we need the custom object, right? Logically
Right.
makes sense, right? So I'm going to create one login and just this is a too simple. And they said private, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Right.
here say I want just setter getter, setter and getter,
Mm-hmm.
and I want just two string, okay? Override two string. Okay, that's done. So we have created one this form. So this object I want to pass. Okay. So here say whenever sometimes someone hit this request, I am going to set this object, login object, not this greeting object. And login object is a just this is a login request, not a greeting request. So just a login request. Means ki whatever I am creating one dummy object and saying, ki, hey, login form, you have this object, login object. The request login of this value you have control Z. This key you can use in this page. In the login form page, you can use this key to get this login object, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
Right.
this object hold two value, right? So here say, hey, this is the my key and go to the my login form. Here say, hey, you have one object. This is the object, right? And in
Right.
this object, I have a two field. One is your user name, and one is a password,
Mm-hmm.
password, right?
Right.
These two field, those two field, from where come? From this login object. Login object, have noticed this is the username. The same username you can use here. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the your password. The same password you can use here.
Right.
So what happened? Whenever you type something in this text box, those values store in this field. You type password, pass this value, and it store in this field.
Mm-hmm.
This field have a created one object, this object. And
Right.
this object, whenever you submit here, submit,
Mm-hmm.
whenever you
Mm-hmm.
submit, when the control go to the here, this object you can receive in this our this validate mapping. Whenever
Mm-hmm.
someone say validate, you receive this login object. You can say
Right.
receive this a login object. You receive the
Mm-hmm.
login object, and you can
Mm-hmm.
just check this login object whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the validate. So notice whenever anyone hit this request or method
Mm-hmm.
this call and they pass me this login object. Notice
Right.
here in the case of REST API using the any post mapping, you have to use the request body, get the complete JSON. Now
Yes.
here
Yes.
complete the form we are receiving. Whatever the form
Mm-hmm.
input have. Here whatever user have typed, both value I need, right? To
Right.
validate. So let's
Mm-hmm.
check this value we are able to receive or not. And once this login form done, then we have to after the click, after the click, we have to respond. Maybe login success form or login
Mm-hmm.
failure form. Two options can be
Failure
right.
form. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Here
Makes sense.
we have to check whatever the login object we have. Uh, so so here say if you can just write the code here in the later classes we have to validate this username password from database, right? But as of now
Mm-hmm.
let's assume dummy. If username type admin user and admin password, it's okay for me, right? Else
Right.
other no no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if
Mm-hmm.
user type admin as a dot equal login dot get username, okay?
Right. Right.
If it's okay this and password also I validate and say okay, let's
Mm-hmm.
password also admin as of now, okay? Later we can change
Mm-hmm.
admin
Right. Right.
dot equal and say login dot password. Okay, here
Mm-hmm.
be simple business logic. Okay, if these
Right.
two cases are okay, okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
else else there are two possible scenarios. Oh, something missing. What I miss here? This
This A, that
admin.
is
This is the admin till now here. Admin
Mhm.
and this is the password till here.
There was
Pass.
extra one after that. Yeah.
No, it's a if part.
Now it's goes in there.
Uh,
Ajay,
Okay,
After
it's okay, fine. It's
get
fine now, fine, fine.
okay.
So here say two call. So here we have to return two kind of page.
mm-hmm.
One page success, one page failure. So we have to create one maybe login success.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe here say create login success and login failure. Two page. Login
Right.
success form.
It's successful.
Success and login fail.
Fail.
Okay, two page.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to create a two page. One login success, one login fail, right? If
Right.
both are the equal, then we create this page, return, else we return this page.
Mm-hmm.
So let's test.
Right.
And later part we can, if I am restart, and once
Mm-hmm.
run, at least this message come, login username password detail, and
Mm-hmm.
if this and this anyone can be true or false, right?
Right.
Maybe here say good option here say s out.
It's very
Okay,
interesting. Yeah.
and here say just we are doing very basic things. This like just like a whenever you start learning any ABCD
Java.
English, they start
Mm-hmm.
ABCD. Just like this is the ABCD of MVC, yeah, any web development, right?
Right. Right.
Just basic to basic, whatever you can think. not
Mm-hmm.
any highly you can say useful application we are developing. No, just we are learning how we can understand the basics. Just
Basics. Yeah.
and
Basic. Yeah.
the ABC, KBCD, basic grammar, and you can write any specific book, theory, novel, anything, right?
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Similarly, in the programming as well. Let's look this our page, and I
Mm-hmm.
say just run here. Our login form created, and let's password test, and I'm passing the test something, right? And
Mm-hmm.
create here. So I'm getting some error because I'm not
Acha.
created till now any password, right? Pages,
Right.
right? So let's look
Mm-hmm.
the output. What say
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
here? Say we receive this request validate form page username test password test, okay, and
Right.
then return the login failed form page. But notice
Mm-hmm.
our the time leaf template say, hey, might be this page is not exist, right?
Right.
This formula that because we not created, we know so we had to create this page because condition sometime this or sometime this, right? So let's
Mm-hmm.
go and create this page. This
Right.
one is the success page. Let's create here
Mm-hmm.
file dot html, simple file, right? And
Mm-hmm.
another we create this file, two file we needed, right?
Right.
And another file we can create all the html go under the resource folder, right?
All
Dot
right.
html. Great. And at least page created, and let's restart. At least we are not getting this blank error, right?
No.
Let's start server
Mm-hmm.
and say, hey, I want to just run this page,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the login. Let's say I'm type something, and come submit. At
Mm-hmm.
least never for this. Okay, they are not getting error, blank page something
Blank page.
because
Okay.
we have created some form that is nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have created
Mm-hmm.
blank page. The blank coming, that's good. So let's not give the blank, give some logical output, right? Maybe
Mm.
success form or failure form, something, right?
Right.
So go to the our login. Oh, this is the login form. Oh no, this is the login form. So let's and create. Let's go to the look like a result page. Let's look like a here say create one SMS for sample page.
Right.
Success page here say success page. This is the your success login.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Success. Okay.
Right.
Success page. Okay. Login success page. Login success page. And here you can give any message whatever you want, I'll give you. And let's after that just you want to again login, let's give the if you want to go to the again login page,
Mm-hmm.
login page, okay, login page. I login page means just you are not participating in your slash, means go to the login page, right? And here
Mm-hmm.
let's and give the username. Which user have successfully login, right?
Right. Oh, we have to
Let's
mention
give
that.
some
Yeah.
message, yeah. Success login and page number you can say. Question is that here I need the username, right?
Mm-hmm.
User name. So username how will get means first things who give this form to you, from where this form come, they can give this object this value. Objective you can get from where this page is loaded. Let's keep this is the our success page. So notice in the controller success page is written from the here, right? The here we
Mm-hmm.
have to set this value. Hey, I already said this is our login detail. So here say, hey, this is the my object in the model. Whatever you set in the model, this key you can access in this form. So this object, this is the login detail contain username and password. And I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is our my model. I'm already set model means this is the my key and this is the value. So this key I can use. This is the key. This is the key. I'm say this is the login success. This is the key. This key have a get username. You can get the
Mm-hmm.
username. right? And this is the success form. And similarly, let's create similarly copy for your failure object, login fail. Oh, this is the login fail. Okay, and here
Mm-hmm.
say
It's different page.
login
Yeah.
fail
Yeah.
page,
Yeah.
and again login. Okay,
Yeah.
again, again, try to login.
And
Mm-hmm.
we already configured the getter setter.
Yes, you are right. Let's check.
Mm,
This is our login page, and here already username, password, and this is the getter method. This is setter method.
right, right.
Mm,
Okay.
okay, good. So clean and so what we are doing? Whenever someone say validate login, you receive the both username password. Here you verifying if password admin and admin. Then you can say success fail as the this page. It's clear? And in this page, you want to give some message, success or failure. So you have to create this form, login success form. This is a success form, and this message come. And here you want to this should be center or something.
Mm-hmm.
Let's later part, but we can do later. Let's restart. Okay.
Right.
Now, designing a response, interactive, beautiful, that's your responsibility. Just our objective, you have to understand how basic flow work between the front end code to the back end code. Which data
Right,
you want to, from back end to front end, how you pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
right, right, right.
So let's say, hey, I'm not passing any URL, just login. It's the login page. Let's say I pass any data right here, any data,
Mm-hmm.
and click the submit. Notice never. So notice this is the login form and your username, and again try login, right? Let's
Mm-hmm.
go to this should be now okay, and it's again try login. Again click, again go to the login page, right?
Right.
Let's try admin, admin. I know password, right? Admin,
Mm-hmm.
admin, and try. Notice success login. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
success login. Your username is this, and again login. Whatever you want,
Oh,
right?
yes. Okay.
So here, give me the instead of ID, this should be your user,
Mm-hmm.
user, user. Okay, this should be user and fail also have a user, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not ID. This is not ID. This is the user, right? Username you
User.
are printing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this and similarly, you want to maybe the center, align something, whatever you want, you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, like in the let's see in the our login form, created the CSS and good option. I'm not going to detail everything here, but you have to some do your work like input form. I have
Mm-hmm.
created this CSS style, and every HTML page we have to go to write this if you want to center align something, right? So one
Mm-hmm.
way you can copy paste code, another way we can create the separate CSS file and include here. You can learn and do, right?
Uh,
Okay,
Ajay, can you put this CSS file into a separate file just for my example?
you can explore. You will do it. Okay,
Okay, okay, okay, okay.
all the things. Let's very easy thing. But let's say I want to this page also some like here form page. Similarly, if you type something and
Mm,
something go here, I want to this also to be alignment. The same code we have to write again here, right?
mm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
here what we can do. Similarly, already we written a code. We can just change them. Just copy this style. Go to the your success failure here. Here say and this is your same for success page. Go to the success page. And notice I have written this style for division. That means this code under division size, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say, hey, I am going to write one slash division. Okay, division
Right.
section. Okay, because this CSS apply on for only div section, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here say, hey, this code must be go in the my division. Okay, okay,
Under div. Okay.
under div. So that my CSS can apply on this only, not on this, right? And here
Mm-hmm.
you can say, and in the case of HTML, you want to new line, you have to give space like br. Br means break line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, The number of you say like break, there are two break line you can find, new line. Here, new line means HTML as a BR, break line. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And similarly, let's do for fail. Fail say, hey, this code must be go under my division section. I want to apply some CSS division.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? And here they say, and I want to this should be something new line. Yeah. These are things you have to learn from HTML. I'm not going to heads up giving you anything about HTML and CSS.
Right, right.
HTML,
Yeah,
CSS is very basic things anyone
Right.
can learn. Okay?
right.
Sure.
But
That's
how, in which case, which situation we use CSS, we have to just here our objective. Here you can use CSS. Here you can use HTML. Right?
right,
Mm-hmm.
Depend
right,
upon why you using, because depend upon the application look like I want, right?
Right.
right.
So notice I'm not passing anywhere. Just hit, I'm getting first page or login page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Login page.
Right.
Let's key I pass anything wrong and test. Notice the output like a form same as a same design and say this is some different line here. Notice here
Mm-hmm.
Right.
space two break line I say username is this. And here try again, go to the here. Let's success admin admin and click here. This go to the close. This go admin user and login success page, right?
Right.
So these are the things we did. As of now, it's good. Any confusion, any doubt how this page works?
How
I
it
got it.
So
works.
I got it.
again,
Yeah. Mhm.
again summary, again recap many times because these are very basic things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what we did here. Okay, so whenever first times you say, hey, this is the application you're running and hitting slash this you are right. This
Right.
request go to the server. Okay, go to the server, Tomcat server, web server, and web
Mm-hmm.
server receive, hey, you I no pass URL means get mapping slash you call right by default,
Mm-hmm.
and that means here a written code any get mapping come from slash URL load the login form. So this
Right.
login form you loaded here, which I am this is the login form, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in this login form, I say, hey, this is the username, this is the password. Whenever you type this value, this two value, I am converted into the one Java object, user login object, right?
Mm-hmm.
Via the library TimeLeaf. TimeLeaf say,
Mm-hmm.
hey, input type, this is username, this is password, make one Java object, login.
Right.
And again to
Right.
submit button. Whenever you click the submit button, request go to the again server. And
Mm-hmm.
server which URL we mention slash validate and slash login. Means we have to validate login. So go to the mapping slash validate slash login. This code come here. And whenever this method calls server side said, okay, I receive your this Java object. Okay, very good. I am validate your username and password. If are the success, then I am load you the success page, right? If your
Mm-hmm.
username password pass, I am again fail you the failure pass page.
Mm-hmm.
The control goes from here to server, validate username password,
Mm-hmm.
success, go to the success page, failure, go to the failure page.
Right.
So here, multiple times from the front end code means UI code to control go to the server code, control go to
Mm-hmm.
the front end code, control go to the
Mm-hmm.
server code, right? The
Right.
back forth happening. But in the
Mm-hmm.
case of application, we simply say I'm not doing anything, some hitting and page loaded. Internally, lots of things happen, right?
Right.
And I am passing something, and clicking here, something happened. This page loaded. This page loaded not automatically. We have designed ki on the click what happened, right?
Right.
On the click here, what happened? I say ki on the click happen, go to the login page, right?
Right.
Go to the login page.
True.
Uh,
Yes.
so when we type localhost, it should go to index.html by default.
By default, go. But I say ki no. I say in the first go to the controller. They figure out any controller you define here. First,
Oh,
always control go to controller. I can say mention this is the controller. All the requests come here. And
right,
here
right,
say, hey, slash someone nothing pass, then go to this form now.
right,
Mhm.
right, right,
Due to
right,
that, they come. I'm given this mapping. If you not give this mapping, then go to the index, right?
okay,
Mhm.
But
okay,
I said,
I
no,
got it.
I'm not interested, go to the index page. I'm saying if our application, whenever run someone port 909, always this page go to the run.
Got
Mhm.
it.
Due to that, I am not passing any some just passing port and running, this page is loaded. Why? Because as a programmer, we controlling our application flow, right?
Right,
Mhm.
Here we can say pass nothing, this form loaded, and this form loaded, right? And
right,
once
Mhm.
after that,
Mhm.
here you do something and click something, login. Then what
Mhm.
happen? This code written in the login form. Login form.
Mhm.
Here say, if someone press this submit button, login button, then what action? Action would be validate login.
Mhm.
What is how say this is the post API. They are going to check controller. Whenever you submit this button, again request go to the controller. Here controller come and controller say post mapping validate login is control come
right,
here.
right.
So on this
Mhm.
form, whenever say, hey, I'm sorry, here I am say submit button, control goes
Mhm.
to this m- URL,
Right.
right? And this
Mhm.
URL, notice this URL control goes, and they need one input parameter login. So what is the
Mhm.
login? Means ki here need the username and password detail. How it's traverse from the front end
Mhm.
to back end. This is
Right.
travel due to this syntax. I say, hey, this is the object you can get. This is the object. This is the object because this object contain
Mhm.
username and password. So this object, what kind of this object? You already mentioned this is the kind of your login object. So you receive the login object here.
Right.
A login can contain login. What contain? Login contain the two field username password. So this value come whenever someone typing here username that our this is the here our
Mhm.
time leaf play a role. Whenever you typing something, time leaf internally read your input username and place this field.
Mhm.
And whenever you write password, say this way. So this is internally here. Maybe someone not using this time leaf. Then internally, what time lapse? Okay, whatever you type in this test, read they just create one login object, read this username field and set your object. Read password field and set your object.
Right.
Hmm.
Right?
Mhm.
So let
Yeah.
me check. Now here say go to the uh okay. Notice here already we say, hey, set username, set password. Notice
Right,
so that this login object prepared. So this object is login object created and set get by your time leave the third party library. You can use manually or you can use the library. So here we started our Spring Boot, Spring MVC and Spring suggested just let's use this framework. So we are using
Mhm.
right because Spring
right,
Boot is more compatible with that, right? There is
right,
no any hard and fast. Here you carry the GSP technology, different technology we have option. Means here we need a backend code that traverse dynamic data from the front end to back end to front end, right? The here our objective, whatever username password pass type user that must go to the server for validating.
right,
Mhm.
These
right,
two value are making combined one object login object that
Mhm.
done by your time leaf and
Mhm.
send according to this object. This is the value you receive. And now this value you have, so you can say, hey, get username and validate with the admin, get password, validate with password. Both are success, then say
right,
login success page, else say login fail page. Whenever this
Mhm.
login success page loaded, at that time you want to show the username, hey, this user failed, right?
Mhm.
hmm,
So we have to say, hey, this is the model that said, hey, this is the complete login object. What is the login object? I set here. You can get value from here if you want. If you the login failed page, I say, hey, this is the my object. In this, I want to get username at least printed. Hey, this user failed, right? Or this
Mhm.
user.
Right.
So this username you can always get from the login object. The question, how I'm get username? Because without object I cannot get. This is the object. From where this go object? Before returning this page, before returning this success or failure page, I have set this object here. Hey, this is my login object. I am setting with this key. Anyone means
Mhm.
Timeleaf can use this key to get this login object.
Right.
And
Right.
login object have a username and password.
Sure.
Can you scroll down?
Yes.
I have a question. Scroll to the where you have the class. Okay, yeah, here, right here. So these two class, can we use it as a database schema?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So
Let's
login and
tomorrow we're going to understand. Might be I want to store this information in database, right? Just
right,
our example, ki whatever the user login in my system, success or failure, all information I want to store in the database. Some tracking purpose, right?
right,
Mhm.
Here we have option. We had to save this login model to the database. In later part, 1 month, 2 month, the later part, I'm trying to, hey, how many number of user who are success or were failure, who trying, right?
Mhm.
right, right,
Currently, we are not storing any information. Someone asked me how many user can try to access my login page. I don't know because we are not storing this information, right?
right,
Mhm.
Surely, web application is not completed until you are not storing information in the database, right?
right,
So, the tomorrow objective we are going to save this information in your database,
Mhm.
and maybe later part we give an option here. Login success. That's key. Uh, success, success. After success, I want to hear one link. E-link. Hey,
Mhm.
click all the logins detail, right? And once click here, they give me the list of all success or failure login, right?
Mhm.
oh, okay, okay, yeah,
Tracking purpose. Then now you can imagine any number of application flow. That now if you know this basic, now you can build whatever you think, whatever you like your application could
right,
be.
right, right,
Because
uh-huh.
now you understand the basic flow from UI to the server, server to the UI. Some data, notice that these are the hard coded value, but these are the dynamic value. This is not available in the success page. In success page there is no word admin. Let's look the code. In the
Mhm.
success page there is no word admin. Notice all this is the login success page. Here login success page, right? This is the
Mhm.
user. This is the user exists here, but this is the not admin here written. No, here
Mhm.
login page written. But this value is a dynamic value. Means this come from our server, right?
Right,
So we have to understand in our HTML page, there are some data are static, means fixed, which are written in the hard coded here, right? This is the static data.
Mhm.
This is the dynamic data, means this depend upon the user name, admin or ABCD or XYZ. Maybe go here, say the I am writing wrong password and submit. Here notice the same form page. Here say SFDG, right?
Mhm.
Means these all whenever you load this fail page, always this value same, this value same, but this would be the change depend upon your username, right? So this is known as a dynamic value that come from the server. Yes, so let's scan time test, okay, and again say, so notice the test come. So this value on this form, this is the dynamic data. So whenever you are looking any web application, and this web application have a two kind of data, one is the static data and one is the dynamic data. Dynamic data come from the server.
Mhm.
right, right.
That's for the day.
Thank you.
Do
Thank you,
let's do
Divya.
let's do practice. I will continue to exploring to building the application. Surely
Sure.
I'm
Yeah,
not going to teach HTML, CMS,
yeah.
JavaScript.
HTML, we can look into it because this is a front end part,
Yeah,
easier part.
yeah.
Yeah.
We do
Uh,
some design there.
let's do. If you're doing, then you're feeling the comfortable, right?
Sure.
Okay.
True.
Take care. Bye. Any
Thank
question
Right.
for
you.
today?
Bye.
Take care.